Greetings, brothers and sisters. We are finally back again for the second reaction for today here on this Mystelics Reacts channel. Of course, big up all of Mystelics family and the new individuals who tuned into this here vibrations. Hand clap goes out to every single one of you guys who've tuned in to see my thoughts and comments. What are yours? Leave your thoughts and comments where in the comment box below as well, brothers and sisters, so I can read what you guys have to say. If is it just me? Is it just me? Is it just me, man? My goodness. Brothers and sisters, we're going to be talking about a number of things. Whatever first, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Click it, man. Click the like button to help push these videos further and further day. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can inadvertently become part of the Mystelics family. And of course, be notified when I drop my videos right here, brothers and sisters. Without further ado, you subscribe already? What we waiting for? I almost hit my eyeballs. Anyways, brothers and sisters, let us get into the vibrations for the day. Of course, we have the sentiment taking place in Dominica. Of course, serious rainfall, wind conditions. Of course, you guys heard me talk about the sandstorm that was happening in the Wesley region. Well, apparently, I guess the rain came to wash it down, you know, put some waters on it. Yes, sir. What is that now? Whoever filmed this, okay, that's the reader version. All right, we actually have the real version, brothers and sisters, of the rain coming. You can feel the wind. I guess that's what people were feeling when it comes on to the sandstorm vibes. And people were running from there. Running. We're running speed, man. Have to run fast, man. Run from the wind. So yes, guys, the wind was coming. And also the rain. Yes, but that is some kind of rain, we? Yes. We know in the hurricane season, you know. Hurricane season, have to prepare for them kind of things there. So hopefully you guys are mindful and not just go skidding. I saw some accidents happening all over the place. Be mindful of them, brothers and sisters. Be mindful. Take your time on the road. And sometimes you want to reach home because you're shaking. Boy, that weather's so nice. Let me get wrap up in a blanket under that rain there, especially if it's galvanized. Ooh, you know you wrap up well, man. You have to wrap up well under the nice rainfall here. Hopefully your house will flood out and stuff. But yes. Thank God for the rain, eh? I know some of you like the rain, but thank God for the rain. Some of us, we need the rain. All right. The farmers need the rain, brothers and sisters. I think this might be a little bit too much rain, but you get the point. Hopefully everybody is fine and dandy. Talk about fine and dandy. Bow! We are back with this yet again, brothers and sisters. The reason why we are back again is not for the first one. Yes, Dominica can't find jobs right now, but it's the second one. This one pretty much baffled me today, brothers and sisters. When I read this, I couldn't believe. I say lies, not true. Dominicans cannot get good healthcare treatment. And for you to get healthcare treatment, brothers and sisters, you have to get the facilities to provide proper healthcare system. Not true. Treatment, not true. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe I'm delusional. I'm delulu. Mystelics, stop your naughty ways. I am delulu, brothers and sisters. Be that the case, it's very interesting to find out, brothers and sisters, that instead, we look at the healthcare system. What does the Prime Minister do? He goes to Tajikistan, whatever it pronounced, brothers and sisters. I know it BrBpTV. Tajikistan to get visa free. No, brothers and sisters. Hey, nothing wrong with expanding our bounds for us to be able to freely travel to a number of places without visa requirements. Great. The problem here is, have you, any one of you guys, ever dreamt to go Tajikistan? Anybody out there? Has anybody dreamt to say, boy, one day I would love to go Tajikistan? You know, that is a place that I want to visit, you know. Well, I'm sure you guys have been saying, some of you guys, oh, I love to go UK, I love to go Canada, I'd love to go to the United States, I'd love to go to France and a number of places, most of which we need visa, or we are about to get visa restrictions. No more visa-free entries for these things, brothers and sisters. So what does Scary do? Go out there to find out new places that we never heard of before. To then say, hey, we have access. Tajikistan. Tajikistan. In a time where we're checking boy number 2, Dominica can't get better health care. He wants to go there and find relations with Tajikistan for whatever reason. I do not know. Do you have a reason? I don't know. Help me understand. Even though we have on the basis of this $1.2 billion, brothers and sisters, that we put in place to actually help put things in, get together for Dominica. When it comes onto the budget, the healthcare fraternity. No, Tajikistan. I think Tajikistan is more important. than the healthcare of Dominica. Right? Alright. Well, what if individuals don't care? What if the very prime ministers them don't care? And individuals from overseas, if you guys listen to my previous reaction, that link will be in the first comment in the comment box below, so you guys can definitely check that out. In the previous one, I was talking about diasporans finding it increasingly difficult to send things to Dominica. We have on the merit of duty, ridiculous duties. I actually spoke about one of my people's them going to a different island and then experiencing what sending a barrel to that island is, you know, experiencing it compared to Dominica. I also had that individual who's overseas experiencing what groceries at a much cheaper level feels like for their first time. For their first time, they're seen outside there and they cannot believe. So hopefully they understand why I'm talking the way I'm talking, brothers and sisters. Because in a land where it's vast with agriculture, how on earth Dominicans paying serious money for the very thing that we have a surplus in? We have waters, or water more expensive than imported water, and the imported water have duty on it. Can you imagine that? The imported water have duty on it. But our water grown here is more expensive, even though we have 365 rivers, they claim. It's a wild, brothers. What is going on is wild. And you need water when it comes down to your health, brothers and sisters. Our bodies are 70% water. So most of the problems that we have is as a result of the lack of water. Some of us are dehydrated for no reason in Dominica. But anyways, we'll talk about that situation another time. We'll talk about health, brothers and sisters. The $1.2 billion budget and still no real change. Every year the numbers are getting bigger and bigger, but the lives of ordinary Dominicans still stay the very same. But what if there's an individual outside who's trying to help? A doctor, most specifically. Dr. Dale Dangleben is his name right there. So the hospitals need supplies. You know that. I know that. People who don't know nothing know that, brothers and sisters. People who literally don't know nothing at all know that the hospitals in Dominica need supplies. What has happened? Dominica's Dr. Dale, or Dominican born, I would have to say, if you're born in Dominica. But Dominican Dr. Dale Dangleben, who lives overseas, is a doctor overseas, wanted to give supplies for free. I remember I mentioned that a while ago when I was talking about Mr. Anderson Jolly, who experienced that same thing. Dr. Dale Dangleben wants to supply medical systems, or medical equipment, or medical the pills and stuff. You guys get my drift already. He wants to provide medical supplies for free. And you mean to tell me that these ingrates in I would say in government refuse to give concession? Refuse to give concession. Talk about enemy of progress in full display. Brothers and sisters, so when you see I talking, you guys think is a mistake I'm making? Sometimes it's only no people get to understand what I've been saying for donkey years. Because what has happened, brothers and sisters, it happens bit by bit by bit. The people with visuals can definitely see the bit by bit change. It's kind of like when you see in people their behavior. The behavior is subtle. When they change in, or when they are your enemies or something like that, they might not want to show you fully, but you see the subtle behaviors. Or sometimes you might have a friend, and that friend doesn't like you anymore. So instead of just coming out to say I don't like you anymore, there's subtle changes. That's like you might have somebody, a girl loves a boy, and well, let me flip it. The boy loves the girl. Because someone, say I give it girls. But anyways, the boy loves the girl, and the girl doesn't like the boy anymore, and he starts to see subtle changes. Vice versa. Okay? Well, vice versa. Subtle changes. Sometimes you might see a little thing here and there, or maybe the person just having a bad day or this kind of things, and I realize. But then later on, as time progresses, when the dislike becomes more and more, what do you see? You see they start to disrespect you, or they start to curse your mother, and you curse your father, your sister, your brothers, just curse everybody. You know? Just to tell you they really don't like you. Because the day God make it, that's something else. Anyways, the subtleness, brothers and sisters, bit by bit, until it reaches to the magnitude where it's very clear to see. People like me see the little bits and change and say, hey guys, watch out for this, watch out for that. And by the time it's full bloom, well, what else can we do? Look at the garbage situation. Look at the garbage situation in Dominica. That's a whole other story. Of course, leading back to the healthcare. And then we say, hey, we want better healthcare, but they are not doing their jobs to ensure that the garbage is picked up at a timely manner to reduce diseases and illnesses. No, we want to create it instead. It's crazy, brothers and sisters. So the hospital needs supply. Dr. Dangleben wanted to give supplies, not wanted, but he has given. Right? They all brought in stuff to give supplies for free. And you mean to tell me these ingrates in government refuse to give concessions? Talk about the enemy of progress in full display. Brothers and sisters, I remember when they had this thing that they had. Patient choice. Medical store and supplies opens in Point Michelle. So Dr. Dangleben actually opened up a patient store and supplies, you know. And then he was bringing supplies so that he can, for free, to help, you know, this thing. They had a whole hoopla and say, oh, look, Lennox taking picture with the tourism minister and the health minister. All right, yeah. Ooh. Wonderful, brothers and sisters. They were there. They were there, indicating something very interesting, that they give their full support to what it is. There's something I also want to point out, brothers and sisters. Sometimes, even though you see ministers giving their full support, they might not or are not the ones running the full show. This is why you have certain people like a certain pal rep in the northern region will come and talk rubbish in parliament, talk about bright and creamy, knowing that the very thing that person is talking about is not anything based on progress in reality in Dominica. Oh, businesses are opening longer. I should tell you how wonderful things are working. Really? Things are working so well, businesses choose to stay longer? Or things are working so terrible, businesses are forced to stay open longer so they can see if they can make a little bread? But these two gave their full support, from my understanding, and apparently their support meant nothing. This is why I would say these guys are placeholders. They are placeholders. They are just there to show their face and come and read paper, just like Melissa the other day. Melissa came and spoke about cannabis. Melissa came to speak about cannabis, the cannabis industry. These people are just placeholders, man. They're not. They might not know what on earth they're talking about. I mean, they sure Melissa became a pal rep. They didn't put her in no position because they know she not thing. So as years go by, they say, well, you can probably understudy under these people to learn what you can do. But if you incompetent, you incompetent. I was going to say another word, but let's leave that alone. But these individuals are placeholders, and they are making their reassurance and so forth to say, hey, we are 100% in support of what you want to do. They took pictures with Lennox. Everybody's like, oh, Lennox taking a picture, whatnot, blah, 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 and so. But it's interesting. We're finding some very interesting stuff. US-based trauma surgeon, none other than Mr. Dr. Dale Dangleben, Mr. Dr. Dale S.I., is disappointed. Why is he disappointed? Why? On being denied duty-free concessions to clear a 40-foot container with modern modern medicine. Are we talking about the smart hospital in Dominica? The smart hospital in Portsmouth? Huh? They call it the smart hospital because when you walk in, the light coming up. Woohoo! Yay! Light, come on. Let there be light. Not true? Oh, yeah, solar. That is a smart hospital. Have nothing to do with the elevation or the betterment of healthcare for the people you visit. No, it's about the building they're talking about. Just like when Scary come and say we have the first world health facilities, but we have 9th world healthcare in Dominica. I don't even know if there's a 9th world, but it's feeling like it. In Dominica, on earth, we are the nature of the Caribbean, and we cannot even, people don't even speak about herbs and this kind of things, and health as carbon creatures, needing carbon remedies. No, we don't know about them things there. But at least people want to bring some sort of things they learn based off the pharmaceutical companies. Bringing in things that they claim on the pharmaceutical understanding that things can help. Bringing in things that people have been demanding in the hospital, at least that he was denied. Brothers and sisters, who exactly are the people who are denying or causing this to happen? Who are they working for? Are they working for the people? But to me, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. To me, if somebody's saying, I have a 40-foot container and I'm bringing in a lot of supplies, most of which I'm sure is going to go to the hospital or to whatever, liaison with different people, the Minister of Tourism and Minister of what is the other one, Health. Liaison with these people are full support, 100% support. They made the claim, brothers and sisters. And then he's indicating here that he has been denied duty-free for things that he was going to give the hospital for free. Gasa, who are these people working for? Don't you think that this could have come in handy, especially when people claim there's not much medical supplies? Brothers and sisters, this thing is long after this thing came out. Dominica cannot get good health care treatment because we lack in supplies. You have a doctor that's been a doctor for years in the United States, making his money, being a health a trauma surgeon. Dominican trauma surgeon, no, not overseas. They have to send Dominican people if they have thing. They have to try to stabilize them in Dominica. If they get to stabilize them in Dominica and then send them overseas for better medical attention. Can you imagine that with the same building that's carried? Say we have a first world healthcare facility. Apparently you don't have the facilities. This man is saying, hey, I have been a powerful surgeon in the United States. Trauma surgeon, doing things, what have you. Still having my license, so he's definitely be doing his thing, no doubt about it. Have a set of monies raising as a trauma surgeon, decide he wants to contribute back to the place that he knows as home. And they literally stopped the man from having this equipment that he was going to give freely to the hospital. No, he had to end up paying. Oh my goodness gracious. Dominican born, US based trauma surgeon Dr. Dangleben has voiced his huge disappointment after being denied duty-free concession to clear a 40-foot container filled with modern medical equipment and personal protective equipment. PPE, I remember we had these things in the simulation department in Ross at the Woodbridge Bay port earlier this month. He was denied. Despite following all protocols and notifying the relevant authorities, Dennis, and what is the other one name? The partner for health. I forget his name. Kasani. Whatever is his name, brothers and sisters, you know what I'm talking about right there. Despite following all protocols and notifying the relevant authorities since the end of April, Dr. Dangleben said he was expectedly asked just 2 days before clearing the container to provide a detailed itemized list of all equipment intended for donation to Dominica Hospital. At the time, only a general inventory was available. The container was shipped as part of his effort under a newly established health distribution center in Port Michel. The thing we talked about a while ago, where Leonard was smiling with them. Ooh, and they say, we are in youth support. Look us, all of us there together. And people are like, whoa, what's going on? You know, well, we are here today. The people above these people who came and claimed that they had 100% support, apparently that meant absolutely nothing at all. Now he's in that predicament where he had to actually pay for the 40-foot container that he was going to give. I don't know if he is still going to do it, but he had to pay. If it's me, guys, I have to buy it from me now. If I have to clear these things, you have to buy it from me now. I come to bring free stuff in Dominica, and all you still making me pay duty for things I'm going to give to the hospital and not to my benefit. The container was shipped as part of his effort under a newly established health distribution center in Point Michel, which had already received approval from the Ministry of Health. When they mean approval from the Ministry of Health, they're not talking about Kasani, whoever that Minister of Health, no? It had to be approved higher up. And he was just the person to say, okay, yes, go ahead. Go ahead with it. Well, Dr. Dangleben had a number of things to say. Let's take a listen.
I want to say the end of April, there was communication, and I want to make it fundamentally clear that, I know the rules, what needs to be done, and it seems that, and I know what folks are going to say, but I just want to make sure I put this into context, that I reached out to the ministry and I said, I have a large amount of medical supplies. And remember,
that of which Dominica needs to help the people with fire Bondi motion sensor. Run the brutal fire on it. Medical equipment to help the people in need of help. And you think your government working for you?
This is not expired supply. This is, things that 4 or 5 years, 2029, 2030, good stuff, really good stuff, mostly for hospital. And the discussion was, okay, no problem, right? And the issue now of invoices came up. And remember, in between that time, the PS of Health has changed, right? While I was having these conversations. Now, the invoice, they told me I had to be exact, which I was a little taken aback by. I'm saying the container.
You're getting free stuff, that of which you cannot even do for your country. As the Prime Minister, the Health Care, Minister of Health, you cannot do this for your country, people. People from overseas, born in Dominica, want to contribute back and say, hey guys, look, I have this. This is something I can help the people with. The people are in need. The people are in need. And you make the man pay for what the people need that he giving for free. Dominicans, are you serious now? Dominicans overseas that want to come, that will be coming down during election time to try to help maintain the power. Are you not seeing that? No? Okay.
Down with a large amount of medical equipment. And when I talk about medical equipment, I'm talking about high-end medical equipment. Not just band-aids and gauze and basic things.
Not paracetamol. My goodness, the other day man complaining he do have paracetamol in the hospital. Man complaining he do have band-aid in the hospital. A man is bringing modernized medical equipment for the Dominican people. And they don't make the man get duty free for what he is not benefiting on. The man most likely he get some what do you call that donations as well from other places, or his own hospital that he's a surgeon in, or he could have bought it himself. It'll be interesting. I would like to have if I could get him, man, I would love to get him on the podcast for us to talk about this thing. I myself vex. I can't even talk properly. I myself vex. I'm mad and I vex about it. You cannot do it for your people who elect you to do things for them. Man coming from overseas to help the people, to help you to look better. At least you can say it's under your stewardship or under your leadership these things came through. At least you could say that. But no, you make the man pay for it. Just so that all you can get a little extra money on the port. That is it, we. They make the man pay for things that should Dominicans. Boy, I tell you, boy, in this life, I tell you, it becomes a mystery to me sometimes how people can't see these things. What else do you need? What else do you need for people to see that the government doesn't care for them? What else? Man complain about band-aid not in hospital, we. So you have to buy your band-aid somewhere in some shop and then come. Gasa.
I'm talking about high-end things for operating room, things for the hospital. And
wait, what to operate?
Just band-aids and gauze. And
not just band-aids and gauze.
I'm talking about high-end things for operating room, things for the hospital.
Things for operating rooms.
Hospital, and I'm being told I need an exact list. I did have a list that allows the Port of Baltimore to put the container, and I said to the powers that this is what I have. Now, I was told, why don't I understand the process? That was the exact word of how things happen in Dominica.
You mean after you talked to the Minister of Health and the Minister of Tourism? After they gave 100% support, what does that mean? Well, I told you guys it doesn't mean nothing much at all. Because if you give me 100% support, you mean, and bringing in things for free, and you have to pay for the things you're going to give people for free, something is wrong there. Your support means absolutely nothing at all.
I said, I want to get this thing to Dominica. I want to get it on the ground. I think we could work something out. You know, even if it means coming there and being physically there with me and literally taking what they need for the hospital. I put it that way. And then, you know, I think the communication got cold and I tried to reach out to certain people. And then 2 days, I want to say the container was a month delayed, and that was another fiasco in of itself. And I had to come back after the opening. And then I had to go back down to Dominica, spend $1,500 to fly back to Dominica just for the container. And 2 days before, I am being told, why don't I understand the process? I need to furnish that exact list of exactly every single item I need to give to the hospital. Right? And I said, at this point, I cannot do that because the container is packed. We could fit that together. We could figure it out together. But that was not good enough. Right? And
so you tell them they could figure it out together. We could work together to ensure what we gave into the hospital and those kind of things there. Work together, we. And Dr. Dangleben, he knows that there's a shortage in supply in the hospital, so he set up a distribution center. And he's talking about equipments that can be used. They're not old, about 4 or 5 years, you know, thing there. Obviously, they have a longer time frame. And he could provide the things that most likely are 1, 2, or less than a year old in his distribution center. Because Dominica is in dire need of these things. Dire need. And they don't make demand get duty free or do free concession. Boy, tell you what.
It's time to stay on the sport, you know. Thank God, I always say, thank God I am able to take care of these things. And I want to make it abundantly clear. I did none of this to profit myself. And I have said it to them repeatedly. I send these things to Dominica. It's not for me to make money. It's not for me to profit. I don't want a penny leaving Dominica. And that's on the record.
So he stated that, I guess he stated that when he had his patient choice. I guess that's when he stated this. And they were there. Everybody taking photo. Woo, photo. Remember about the photo? Photo, and everybody's like, what's going on? What's going on? They are together. I love to see this. But the point of this wasn't the photo, brothers and sisters. The point was to actually bring medical things to Dominica to help Dominican people. And immediately Dominicans are out there protesting and well, some of us, let me leave that alone. This is Mr. Peter Karam on that measure right there, guys. What is going on? So, yeah, this is him speaking about that situation.
Tonight is Wednesday night. The air should be cleared. We should get a statement from the Ministry of Health.
Minister of Health is a partner you seen there.
Matt played Minister Kasani Laville's statement. He was there at the opening of the clinic.
He was there. That is him there. That is him there, brothers and sisters. Minister of Health, Kasani Laville, next to Dennis Charles, Minister of Tourism.
And he pledged his full support. Janice was there. She pledged her full support.
That means their support means absolutely nothing at all.
As a returning resident, and he's a doctor, a professional doctor,
not them fake doctor business. A PhD in medicine. There's PhD in medicine and there's PhD in economics. Real doctors Dominica has. And these are the ones that get in the blood from people who don't have a single PhD. Nothing. They don't have nothing at all. They have an honorary this here and honorary that here. And you're asking yourself, what did you do to get this honorary? What did you do? You help Dominicans how? Dominicans are poor and poorer, living in poverty. And according to the previous video, brothers and sisters, that link will be the first comment in the comment box below. Dominicans are comfortable in the level of poverty. How on earth does 54% of households in Dominica have $1,500 EC dollars? 96% of Dominicans making less than 2,500 EC dollars in these modern times that we're living in. Alas, inflation probably is higher. Sorry about that, brothers and sisters. I will just interrupt you right here. But inflation doesn't mark the change in wages. No, it never marked it. Inflation skyrocketed and the salaries never changed. The other day man get $10 to $20 increase for the year. Not per month, no. For the year. In other words, if you're getting $12,000 for the year, you get $12,010 or $12,020. That's it. I scared them increasing the salaries 50% by $4,000. The man, the bonus on top their salary is $4,000. Some of the other ministers get $2,003 or $2,005 or whatever it is on top their regular high salaries already. After it was increased by 50%. Boy. Oh boy. The man selling medical supplies.
What is the word? Trauma surgeon. Everything in the 40-foot container, he said, were medical equipment. Those were tools of his trade. You cannot deny the man the tools of his trade as a returning resident. That's my argument. I know mechanics who have come home and all their tools were given to them also. That's their livelihood. And you give him a license to open a clinic, and he's opening the clinic, and he's telling
distribution center.
Quite a bit of the equipment, heart monitors, patient monitors, ventilators, whatever else.
Needed for patients for better reading so you can properly diagnose patients. If you have better equipment, you can then better diagnose them. We talk about the HIFU and the HIFUs carry them. A set of hospitals rejected that equipment. They rejected it. And Scared was happy to come and tell the people of Dominica because they don't know better. Hey, we have HIFU and HIFU. We have Shifu as if it's Kung Fu Panda. Mel is someone Kung Fu Panda in Dominica, so that's another story already. Anyways, let's continue.
He's going to donate it to the hospital. I mean, why would the man lie about that? Those are tools of a professional doctor's trade. He was entitled to pay just 5.5% on that.
But I know that's his personal. That's his personal stuff, on personal stuff. But you should be getting duty-free for things he's going to send to Dominica for free.
You don't need to have a fight with him or quarrel with him.
The man trying to help Dominica, boy. Yeah. But the thing is, like I told you guys before, the only reason why they ensure that he paid for this stuff was so that they can get money. They can get money. And if he was even to provide it for free, he would have to pay them the money. Plus, they would get this stuff for free. Can you imagine?
We need to get the Minister of Health, Kasani Laville, to clear the air. If you could have him on tonight to hear his side. Because Matt played his clipping of the Minister of Health, pledging his 100% support. And
he probably pledged it out of the sincerity of his heart. But even if he's sincere of heart and people are above him, tell him no, we don't care about your 100% support. We don't care about that. The people above him, just like we believe what is the same thing happening in Portsmouth. People in the parliament in Portsmouth might want to do things in Portsmouth, but can't do nothing. So they have to coax and tell her, hey, do this and do that, and come and talk rubbish in parliament.
And then he's pledging her support. And now medical equipment that's in the 40-foot container. He say he was forced to pay all the duties on it. I mean, let's welcome a returning resident with open arms.
It's not just welcome. It's not just a random person coming. The man bringing equipment to help the citizens of the country. To help. And the Prime Minister them It has to be Prime Minister, because if you say, if the Minister of Health saying I support you 100% and want to do things and want to blah blah blah, and then outside of that, your support just means nothing at all because you still have to pay. So the people above, so it has to be Prime Minister that's stopping these things from happening. Who else? Somebody talk to me. Who else?
A professional at that who is going to work in with the medical field. Is Dominicans that will get the benefit.
Yep.
I'm not against no party. When you say I call it match, you know, I not.
That have nothing to do with party. Both labor rights would benefit, workers' rights will benefit, freedom rights will benefit, whichever else will benefit. Everybody will benefit from the utilization of these equipments that have been provided from a Dominican based in the United States.
Blows in labor and not blows in UWP.
Oh.
You know where I stand, where I was born, where I grew up. From 1961 with Edward Oliver Liber to Patrick John, all the way up to our stoning in 79. Ask Shakira to go and look at all Peter Karam, where he voted in Soufriere, in Point Michel, in the line. Twice. Always. That's where I'm registered, Point Michel, Loubier, with my family. My home is on 2nd Avenue in Loubier. You know, I don't like to hear those things. If a friend cannot tell of another friend, partner, you did wrong, then you're not your friend.
That's true. That's your enemy right there. That person might be your partner in crime with the person committing crime and say, hey, but I think we should stop that. That person is your enemy. That person I remember I saw this video of a girl. She went to jail for stealing. I guess she get 5 years or something like that for stealing. Then she came back with 2 of her friends to steal in Walmart. I saw that on YouTube. She stole with her friends. And she they put one of the friends in another vehicle, and she and the other girl that she went to steal in Walmart with, she's there telling her friend that things got even more serious. Even more serious. The penalty is even worse today than it was in her time. But instead, she learned and tell her friends, hey guys, I don't think we should do this. I faced the consequence. I know what can happen when you go and steal and you get caught. No, she brought 2 other friends. Now today, they are in jail, facing harsher consequence than she did back then. These are not your friends. That was her end. The 2 additional girls, that girl was your enemy because she could have warned you and tell you, hey, it's worse than it is today than it was back then. Can you imagine that? You go jail for theft, you bring 2 friends to come and thief with you, so that all you, at least next time, you wouldn't go by yourself, you'll go with other people to jail. Can you imagine that? Brothers and sisters, we need to, all those who like the Prime Minister, all you need to tell the Prime Minister to stop his dirty ways. Stop his everlasting, nasty, dirty ways. That is to help the people. You, it will help. You, it will help. Boy.
I not blows in the government. I'm saying.
The government, it blows.
Dr. Dill could be, we didn't have to have a quarrel, pick a fight with the man. There's no need for that. Judge Baptist, returning resident, had to take the government to court, and the High Court awarded him to get his 40-foot container, all his personal effects returning home, duty-free, 5.5% duty to returning residents. It's the law, returning residents on their personal effects, all their household supplies, pay 5.5%, and on a motor vehicle, they can bring it in or buy it locally from the car dealers and pay 35%. I don't like that fight with Dr. Dale. It's not auguring well. It's not nice.
Can you imagine? Well, if they fought Jesus, brothers and sisters, if they fought Yeshua, and they murdered the man because he came for them to save them. I mean, what is other people? What is other? The man come down. He didn't have to. He decided he wanted to open up because he knows Dominica lacks a number of things. He himself say, I follow his stuff, you know. He comes to Dominica and realize Dominicans did a set of help. People reaching out to him when he comes to Dominica, he come on holiday or whatever. People reaching out to the man because they know what happening inside the hospital is you know, you know. So they're reaching out to the man, asking the man for help and all those kind of things that, you know, those kind of things. The man giving people help. He knows what is lacking in the hospital. He has associations or whatever. He himself can afford things and bring them to him. He made that statement a while ago. He just thank God that he can be able to afford to even pay for the very 40 foot container to bring things to help Dominicans. That's why if it's me. I was reacting to the previous one, Mr. Andy Jolly, telling him Dr. Dangleben is a better man than him. But Dr. Dangleben, you're a better man than me, eh? That's why the fact that I have to pay for that 40 foot container, that's why I even put in profit on that. No problem. I will sell it in my store. I have license to sell it already. I will sell everything in that 40 foot container in my store. And you're a better man than me. I cannot be bringing things to Dominica to benefit Dominicans, and I sell it in for free. And all you still charging me duty on it? All you still? The hospitals that you guys cannot take care of, you still charging me duty on it? I am supplying what you cannot do as Minister of Health, Minister of Tourism. I am supplying what you guys cannot do, and you still making me pay for it. Maybe I am delusional, brother. Maybe I am losing it. I lose in my mind. I have lost my kahunas, brothers and sisters. What are your thoughts, man? These are my thoughts. Leave your thoughts in the comment box, brothers and sisters. I would appreciate that. I want to see what you guys have to say as well. Definitely check out the previous one I actually did today. That link will be in the first comment in the comment box below. When they're still ready, brothers and sisters, be real. Start the king always. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button and subscribe for more vibrations. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, guys, be real, be positive.